The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra-biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited. The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra-biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, shalom, brothers and sisters. Come on in.
The East is where we're from.
The East is where we're from. Hit the like button. Come on.
12 tribes of Israel.
In 721 BC,
721 BC.
the Assyrian king, he took us down, we fell. Come on.
With the great escape we went through the Euphrates.
The Lord held the waters still. To a land where no mankind dwelt.
To a land where no mankind dwelt.
We went.
The 12 tribes of Israel. Who we be.
Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, Naphtali from the house of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel. Yeah, the North American Indians. Come on. A higher gathering Israel. Come on.
The Arabs and Africans told us.
At gunpoint.
Together our wives and children then sold us.
Hit the like button. We're going to have a great broadcast this evening.
We traveled and fed.
By the rivers of Babylon,
We found our brothers here.
a higher gather us. Oh,
From Australia, the Mexicans.
from the power on high, you. The Most High's gathering. Oh, what's going on, AC? What's going on?
That didn't have the black screen on it as well.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'm good to go. I'm okay. Raring to go. I thank you for all.
Wrong though. It's not 244. It's 224.
224. Oh,
yes,
all right. So hold up. We can't mess that up. Let me go to the phone real quick. Here it is. Properties. It's 224. I'm gonna fix it right now, young man. Bear with me, brothers and sisters. It's 224-553-3440. Right?
Yes, sir. Shalom.
Okay. Now, did you send it to me wrong or what?
The original, no, I didn't send it to you wrong. It was sent 224.
224-553-3440. My brother, we're all set. My brother. Shalom, brothers and sisters. I'm Elder Rawchaa, the Gatherer of Christ Church, here with our weekly broadcast. I hope you all... hold up. All type there it is. I hope you all have tuned in for our Passover broadcast last weekend. It gets better as we come closer to the kingdom of heaven. Please hit the like button. For those who don't know, again, I'm Elder Rawchaa, the Gatherer of Christ Church, and this is a very, very important broadcast this evening. Very, very important broadcast. A matter of fact, yes. We're trying out something new this evening. Since Blog Talk no longer exists, we have a new phone number, 224-553-3440. We're going to do the beta test for that this evening to see if we can use this phone number along with the radio switchboard during our weekly broadcast. This including Patreon. Okay, so if you can help us out, 224-553-3440 when the calls open up. I have Elder Rawchaa on standby in queue so he can prepare the calls for the broadcast this evening. Okay? All right. Now, okay, so bear with me 1 second while I straighten this all out. Right? Let me go side to side. How you doing, Elder Lawya?
Shalom, sir. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I'm going to turn you up just a little bit here. Hold on. Don't worry about it.
All right.
I'm going to handle you from on this side. I'm going to handle, hold tight, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. You can hear me clearly, though, right?
Yes, sir. You coming through loud and clear.
All right, great. So let me make sure. I'm just going to bump up your audio just a little so they can hear you out there. All right, say something now.
All right. Shalom, sir.
Okay, it's absolutely the same, but guess what? Let's go.
All right, let me just try to toot it up just a little bit on this side.
Yeah, that's a little better. Whatever you're doing, that's better.
All right, yes, sir.
Absolutely nothing happened on my side, all right? But
yes, sir.
So we're going to try this out this evening, right? Elder Rawchaa, I see you all on the switchboard. Okay, I see callers coming in. All right, so we're going to try this evening. Thank you for being with us. All right, brothers and sisters, before we jump in, boy, the weather is heating up right now. Yes, for those who don't know, we're in Passover week. For those who do not fully understand, we're going to break it down in a couple of seconds here. Oh, yeah, it's getting hot. We're going to break it down in a couple of seconds. And I also want to get testimonies from brothers and sisters throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. What testimonies? If you were there, what was your experience like during the whole time in Florida, Orlando, Florida, when, partaking in the feast with us the night beforehand? We had the play. We also had many singers and artists there. but there was a lot of interaction on the outside of the actual Passover event itself. So if you can let us know what your experience was, right, that would really go a long way. And, that will go a long way encouraging brothers and sisters who are seeking to come and gather with us. Let me see. Who's seeking to come gather with us. I'm dealing with this phone thing here. Who's seeking to come gather with us, brothers and sisters, for holy days to come. Okay? For all the holy days to come. Right now, we are in the feast of unleavened bread. And I'm going to break down what all that entails. Okay? Today. Now. It's deep, Elder Lawya, because believe it or not, overnight, within 24 hours, we was almost 40,000 views for the Passover, Lawya. Right?
Right.
And all of a sudden, I get a call the next day in the morning to say that YouTube took the whole event down.
Wow.
Right? They took it down, and they claim it was medical misinformation or whatever the case is. I don't try to fight with this stuff no more. I understand that our people doing something positive is really affecting their program, their satanic program, which only works in deception. Right?
Right.
And it only make us, really, brothers and sisters, it'll only make us examine what they don't want us to talk about. Right? If I'm talking about something, right, comparing the fact that Egypt was seeking to kill our children, that's biblical. That's my religious belief based on the history of our people, the children of Israel. I have the right to talk about that comparison to them targeting our people today. Right? I have the right to say it seems eerily similar, Elder, that here it is, God's people who's up against Esau, our big brother, like we were up against Pharaoh, that they would use the same tactics. And by me, I think that, Elder Lawya, that because it was broken down in a context that everyone could actually understand it, right? And I think that really negatively affected them, seeing all of God's people come together. Not one fight, not one argument, in the spirit of love and unity. Showing forth our children on stage, calling on the Most High's name, where our children aren't going to have to go through the deception. They're born into the truth. Right? Mm-hmm. So all of this positivity, but yet they would want to strike it, and I'm like, you know what? They said it was something, AC said it had something to do with, he put up one of our interviews that we had years ago, a pre-Passover interview, where we were talking about how to affect the community or whatever the case is. And they claimed there was some medical misinformation, right? But I'm not even going to touch on that no more. We all know what they're trying to stop. We all understand why they're seeking to shadow ban and also keep this information from getting out. Why? Because it's helping God's people. And we get in front of their deception. See, in order for you or anyone to fall into their next deception, right, you must fall for the present one. And they know we keep it on the ears of people what the next deception looks like. And they don't want this. And there's many things before YouTube that we broke out on the street that happened that most people don't even understand and know that we talked about it before the technology was in place for it to happen. Why? Every time we got to 2,000 subscribers, they would just take us off of YouTube. And we don't curse no one. We're not racist against anyone. Right? Every 2,000, right. And that was before Google purchased YouTube. Once we got near 2,000 subscribers, it would just disappear. And they gave us no reason for why they would do it. We would look up and it was just gone. No reason at all. But you all know what it is. They didn't want people to be able to go back 10 years, 15 years and hear what this church was saying concerning what's happening now. Because they would know that what? Something greater than us has been moving this church in prophecy, moving this, reporting on the earth exactly what the Most High foretold. They don't want people to put two and two together and say, well, hold up. Elder Rawchaa and these brothers just weren't saying this a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks or years ago. Right? They said this thing 15 years ago and it's documented. Right? So.
Right.
So more than ever, brothers and sisters, you would need to support the work, hit the like button, because you know we're under all types of shadow bans. They don't want our children to know the truth. But guess what? The truth prevails anyway. Right? The truth prevails. So let's go into it, Elder. Real quick. Today, this is what? Passover Testimonies. I got a few pictures. I got some videos. We have a great broadcast lined up, right? Some great conversation. If you were there, if you were watching on YouTube, what was your experience? Whatever the case might be, I would like to know. Of course, there's a few things I would like to correct when it comes to the production, right? Because really, I would like the brothers and sisters at home to have as close to the real experience since they're not there, right? And it seems every year there's somebody on the audio side who's not a part of our church, right? Just hitting switches. So we gave them the old heave ho. They out of here. And we're going to deal with the audio ourselves going forward. Okay? Where the devil can get in to cause issues, right? I didn't want to say anything, Elder Lawya, because I thought that, okay, I don't know who the brother is, but if he's a part of a church and trying to help the work, then of course, I don't want to say anything that would offend him. Right?
Right.
But then I come to find out he's not even a part of our church. They hired him from the outside somewhere. And it seemed like this guy pops up every Passover and start moving things or don't. The sound is up and the music is down. And, so this is when I knew something was wrong. Right? Finally, I said, sir, you're the engineer, right? He says, yes. I said, please, when it comes to the microphones, especially with the actors for the play, if you don't pan just a centimeter to the left or right so that all the channels aren't in the middle, when the people come close to one another, it's going to feed back. And then he looked at me strange, like, what is panning? And I said, okay. I said, all right. I got to fix this, because he's looking at me like he's right. I'm like, you can't have everybody coming through the middle at the same time when it comes to the sound, or it's going to feed back with each other. You have to tweak everyone to the left or right only a little bit so that everything is not coming through the middle. Everything comes through the middle, it woo. I'm like, anyone knows this. So I digress. I'm like, you know what? When he looked at me like I was from another world, I said, well, I'm going to let this be. And next Passover, we're taking full control. Right? We're switching everything up. It's going to be real nice. On Friday nights, what we're going to do during Friday, everybody's coming in, digressing from their trip or whatever the case is, getting their hotel and all that. Sometimes they come in Thursday or Friday morning, right? So we're going to have the vending before the Sabbath comes in. You know, we have the vending where we all support one another. That was lovely. Brothers and sisters are so resourceful, creative, have many gifts. It's outstanding, right? So we have that. And then we're going to have a 30-minute lesson and communion on Friday night. And then a few songs and the play Friday night. Because what I would like Sister Shirley and all those who are involved in the play to really participate full day Sabbath when we all commune with the festivities. So the only downtime on Saturdays going forward will be during the feast. But after the feast, we're going to bring that music up and it's going to just be outstanding, right? So, I already started calibrating for next year. So, I mean, the play is man, it's awesome. It's awesome. Right? So anyway, that's all I have to say about it right now. Elder Lawya?
Yes, sir.
We all know that the initial Passover was Moses leading our people out of Egypt, sent to Pharaoh, let my people go, right?
Right.
That was the initial Passover. We went through the Red Sea and was able to do a feast to our God. Not the God of the Gentiles, not the God of the Egyptians. And who led Moses through the Red Sea? Brothers and sisters, it was Christ. Let's get it real quick, Elder Lawya, out of the epistles real quick.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Corinthians here. Right, 10 and 1. All right. Corinthians 10, verse 1. Who led us out of Egypt? Moses. But who led Moses? Christ. And I'm going to show you why I'm going here first in a couple of moments. All right. If you will, Elder Lawya, let's read it.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians 10, verse number 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant how that all of our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ.
That rock was who?
And that rock was Christ.
And that rock was Yeshua.
That's right.
That rock was Yeshua. Right? 1 second. Let me straighten this out real quick, Elder Lawya.
Yes, sir.
Read that again. First verse.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians 10 and 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea.
Do me a favor.
And
Can you
we're
fix
all
your mic? Something is going on with your microphone, Lawya.
All right, let me turn it down a little bit. All right, how we coming through now?
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea.
When it says under the cloud, the Most High had what? a cloud or a ship directing us during the day, and at night it became light to direct us in the wilderness through the night. A what? A guiding chariot. Read.
And all passed through the sea.
The read, see, read.
And were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea.
That's why we must go through water to be saved now. Because we went through water to be saved coming out of Egypt. Read.
That's right. Verse 3, and did all eat the same spiritual meat.
Manna.
And did all drink the same spiritual drink. For they drank of that rock, that spiritual rock that followed them. And that rock was Christ.
That rock was what?
And that rock was Christ.
Christ led us. Now, why do I want to emphasize that first? Because we had some people looking at our broadcast, and I've seen some of the comments, who had a problem with our people making a claim that we are the children of Israel. Okay, we are. It's not a religion. It's not what we think or what we feel. And the reason why there's so much pushback, Elder Lawya, is because people are questioning our validity, our claim, simply because everyone out there believes that the Europeans over in Israel today are those people. See? And that's what's confusing everyone. How can you be the Jews if they're claiming to be the Jews? So I've seen some people making comments and saying certain things like, these people, it's weird how these black people just, they're lost with no identity, but yet they just want to claim someone else's. I mean, all these crazy religions that these black people are picking up. I see some of the comments and all that. I hear what they're saying. But I need y'all to understand something. They can claim whoever they would like, they can claim whatever they would want to claim. That's their prerogative. It's their religious right. But we're here to set the record straight. Okay? They can claim anything they want. But one thing they discount in their belief under that religion, Judaism. One thing for sure, they don't link these scriptures and tell those amongst their religions or within their religion that it was Christ leading Moses.
That's right.
And I think that's one of the serious, I would say, issues they have with us coming to the knowledge of the truth. Because there's many black people who have converted to Judaism who are also anti-Christ. They have no problem with Israelites who reject Christ. And I think one of the big, right, Elder? So I think one of the biggest issues is not that, because they don't mind people following Passover if blacks convert into Judaism. But they got a problem with us doing it. Why? Because we're not claiming being a Jew through a religion. We're stating facts that we are, in fact, according to the Bible and history, from the lost tribes of Israel. And on top of that, there is no Moses freeing no one unless Christ is leading that Moses.
That's right.
And so while they try to stake claim to Moses, they can't stake claim to him either. You can't hold on to Moses yet reject Christ. See, and this is why instead of ascribing strictly to the Torah and the Tanakh, they go through their sage writings called the Babylonian Talmud. See? So in essence, they're anti-Christ. And I'm not saying this as something derogatory. Anti-Christ just means against Christ.
That's right.
So it's not a derogatory slur towards them at all. Muslims are anti-Christ. those that follow the religion Judaism. They do not acknowledge Christ as the Messiah or the Savior. A matter of fact, they speak of him in serious derogatory terms in some of their writings, in most of their writings. They speak down on him. And I think that's the biggest issue. Because they don't mind us following Passover, brothers and sisters, if we are converted into Judaism. But if I was a black man, they want to call me black. If I was a black man converted into Judaism, they would accept me at their Passover. But the Passover is nothing if it's not consecrated through the blood of Christ.
That's right.
So you can't have the Moses Passover, but yet reject the Passover of all Passovers, the one who fulfilled the Passover. All of what we were dealing with in ancient times was only foreshadowing Christ being that very Passover. When he told Moses to go into Egypt, he was foreseeing his son as the sacrifice that would bring the true message before the end of the world. Elder Lawya, let's get it out of Deuteronomy real quick and prove that. Right? Okay. All right, Elder Lawya, I'm not dealing with this phone number tonight because obviously it just conked out when I went to
dial in.
It conked out. Okay, I'm not dealing with it right now. I think what happens is there's a balance to it where you got to keep filling money into it. I don't got no time for it right now. So I just want the beta tested.
Yes, sir.
Right? So in the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the number off and I'm going to give you all a phone number you can call into in a couple of moments. All right? I'll give you a separate phone number you can call in. I'm going to use the church phone number in a couple of minutes. All right? That's what I'll do. 1 second. All right. All right. Let's do that. Okay. All right. Jumping right back in, Elder Lawya. Right?
Yes, sir.
So let's go to Deuteronomy real quick and prove that. And this is for those, even Jewish people, who was taught that we shouldn't see Christ above Moses. When even Moses was shown prophecy concerning the Christ, who would fulfill what Moses did for the ancient Hebrews, so that he could become Christ, the Moses for the lost tribes of Israel. Okay? Making it clear to you all here. All right, I'm going to get the number out of the way. Hey, AC, if you're looking at this, see what you can do to fix this again. Okay? See what you can do to fix this. If not, I'll use another phone number, okay? Elder Lawya, now, let's go now to Deuteronomy. And I'll use Zoom too. So I can use Zoom for the testimonies. That's what I'll do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just use Zoom for the testimonies. for, make this thing efficient, for time here. It was a beta test, and guess what? It went south quickly. All right. Let's now, Elder Lawya, let's go to Deuteronomy, the 18th chapter.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hold on. Let me get it here.
Mm-hmm.
Deuteronomy. Yes, let's go.
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy 18, verse number 15.
Yes, sir.
The Lord thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto him ye shall hearken.
So again, the Most High told Moses while delivering the children of Israel, our forefathers, out of Egypt, that he would raise up a prophet from the midst of the 12 brethren, like unto me. That's right, from the midst of the 12 tribes. And he will be a leader for the children of Israel, like Moses was. Read.
Unto him ye shall hearken.
And unto him, now the people must listen to that prophet. And it wasn't talking about Isaiah or another prophet in the Old Testament. They're liars.
Mm-hmm.
Because none of the prophets you read in the Old Testament led the children of Israel out of captivity like Moses. See that? So they'll lie to you and claim, well, that's talking about the prophets in the Old Testament. Liar. A matter of fact, the prophets told the children of Israel that Jerusalem would be trodden down. That's what the prophets were saying. To repent before we lose Israel. So again, a prophet like unto Moses. The comparisons. Moses was what? He escaped on a moat into Egypt to do what? To escape the wrath of the king. The king wanted to kill the men to thwart the prophecy. Same thing happened to Christ. Instead of Pharaoh, it was the governor, Herod, the so-called great, an Edomite, a converted Edomite who would be considered a European today, who was behind what? The decree to kill the baby. Read it. Right? Like unto me. He had to go into Egypt to flee the sword of the king. Then he was called back out to save those very same people. Like unto me. Right? Now, well, like Pharaoh, we must identify, it's Passover time, the modern day Pharaoh. Elder Lawya, let's go to the book of Romans.
Yes, sir.
Romans 9. Right? Romans 9. So keep in mind, folks, Christ fulfilled the Passover with his own blood. It was told the prophets that one would come out of what? Out of the brethren, out of the 12 tribes. Hebrews 7:14 tells us that it's evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. He didn't come from the Levitical priesthood. He would come out of Judah, the kingship. Right? He's our Passover now. Right? Let's go to Romans 9:1. Read it.
Yes, sir. Romans 9 and verse number 1. I say the truth in Christ, I lie not. My conscience also bear me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites.
Who are who?
Israelites.
Paul was praying for Israelites, not Israelis. Okay? You can be from America, go to Israel and become an Israeli citizen, okay, regardless of race, and be considered Israeli. It's no different than someone having citizenship in America. If you are an American, if you have American citizenship, you're called an American. So some people get that confused, believing that Israelis are the Israelites speaken of in Scripture. Folks, Israeli just became a country a few decades ago. Israeli only means one who's a citizen of that new state in the Middle East called Israel. But you see the confusion? The confusion is they understand that our people weren't taught this. So automatically when you see Israeli going to church here in America reading the Bible, you would begin to equate the Israelites in the Bible to the Israelis who just was over there a few decades ago. Okay? No, entirely different people. Paul was praying for who? Israelites. Read.
To whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of God.
And the service of God, and what?
And the promises.
And the promises. So when you go all the way down, it goes into the promises. 11th verse. Matter of fact,
verse 11.
10.
Verse 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
Come on.
It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder is Esau. We are Jacob. The modern day Edomites are who? You got it. The top ruling European people. The British families. And the families like the Bushes and others. Okay? Their stock is from the blood of Esau. Another name for Esau, the Vikings called him Odin. Where the Edomites end up, that's right, folks, they made Esau a god. They put him amongst the pantheon of gods. So when you hear Odin amongst the Vikings, the angelic sons of Isaac, it's speaking of Esau. Okay. Those Anglo-Saxons, it's not talking about Jacob when it talks about the angelic sons of Isaac. It's speaking about Esau. The royal rich families, the Scottish and York rites of Freemasonry. That's why black people cannot become a part of their Freemasonry. They had to create their own. The Scottish and York rites are the Edomites. Consolidating along with keeping power over Jacob, their younger brother, using all the other nations in a conspiracy to keep Jacob from the prophecies. Why? Because when Jacob receives the promises come out of sin, we're protected like Moses and the Israelites were coming out of Egypt. And the more we come out of sin, the more we come to our God, the greater we become. Okay. 1 second. Thank you. I appreciate it, AC. The greater we become, the more the nations lose power, their power over us. Hence the reason they're rallying together under this immigration stuff. Folks, it has nothing to do with our people. It's about rallying enemies to undermine us throughout the earth, not just here in America. The elder shall serve the younger. Read, elder.
Yes, sir. 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Jacob is the chosen. It was through Jacob Moses would come and receive the law, the same law that will one day judge this earth. Christ will judge this earth by the same law given to Moses. See, Esau would align himself with the Canaanite God and serve sin above the God of his father, Isaac. And that's why it says in the New Testament, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Jacob is favored because Jacob has always been our people, the moral compass for the world. Hence the reason Esau would look to promote us as sinful people. They have the power of media, but yet show nothing positive concerning Jacob throughout the earth. Folks, that's intentional. If you focus on any negative of a race and only promote that, you would believe those people are just that. Esau intentionally ignored the righteousness within our communities, intentionally, and at the same time promote the evil that they have taught us to promote or incentivized us to be. But if you I can go to China, to some area of China, it can show you some people that's doing way worse than us. And if I started promoting that, the Chinese people would stand up and claim that something is wrong. Why would you show that when there's so many successful Asian people?
Right.
If I was to go over to East India right now, showing you what they do with cows and all that over there, planting dung and all that mess, and only put a highlight on that and promoted the people who would celebrate that amongst the East Indians, the East Indians would stand up and say, well, hold up. That's racist. Why would you allow those negatives to be promoted about God's people? As if there's no good people amongst God's people. It's intentional. And y'all all are behind this. Because that gives you the moral high ground to treat us like you've been treating us. If you can show just a negative amongst us, you can attack all of the people, even those who aren't acting like that. And you think we can't see you. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Read.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God?
Is God wrong because he have a chosen people? Read.
God forbid.
No. Read.
For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
And you notice the Christian church don't teach these scriptures? Because it goes against their hack job of a doctrine. The Most High have a chosen people, folks. We're the chosen. So what shall you say then? Is God wrong to have a chosen people? He said to Moses, listen, I made all people. If you can choose, why can't I? Folks, I have a lot of shoes today. I have a lot of shoes in my closet. I open the shoe closet, sometimes they falling out. I chose some comfortable shoes to walk around in today. Right? So I put on some black Skechers today. That's what I got right now on. Nice and comfortable. The white shoes can't look at me and say, Rawchaa, you're racist. Why you choose the black? Listen, I own both of you. I own the black shoes and the white shoes. So what they're trying to make people believe is that man has more power of choice than God. Men can choose, but God can't. Look how ridiculous it is. How can he put something in us that's not in himself? Utterly ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
He made all people. And yes, he chose one. And they'll try to shame you as God's people. Shame you into not accepting yourself as the chosen. But as long as it was white people, Charleston Heston parting the Red Sea, a white man. An Edomite by the name of Cesar Borgia on the cross that all the world celebrated, pushing that garbage into the minds of our children. No one tried to shame anyone when we thought that they were the people. A matter of fact, before the truth, we accepted the white people as the chosen people. So don't let them try to shame you into knowing who you are. Now it's bad claiming that there's a chosen people. Now that we've found out we're the chosen people. Don't allow them to shame you in that, brothers and sisters. Straight up. And look what they did next. Once the cat was out of the bag that Christ was a black man, what did they do? Through anime, Disney, they started promoting Middle Easterns and East Indian looking people as the people to slight us. Esau was like, okay, the gig is up. We know that none of those people could have been white people, but it can be anyone but those people. So now Disney started using East Indian and Arab looking people in their anime when it came to the Prince of Egypt, Moses or the Israelites. And they did that intentionally to slight us. Because we told everyone it wasn't them. Instead of them admitting it, they were like, well, okay, we're still not going to give you a Negroid Israelite man as Israelites. If we do, it's a mockery before the world. Like that garbage that they did through this Jay-Z production on Christ. Like this garbage they doing with this woman, this abused woman they keep putting in front of us from overseas somewhere. Going to have a lesbian looking black woman with no hair play Jesus, play Christ. If they're going to give us Christ, it's mockery. The same no talented girl that's in the movie Wicked. I need y'all to check out the games they play, folks. Hold on, I want to talk about this Passover. Let's get through it. Read it.
Yes, sir.
So then.
16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh.
Unto who?
Unto Pharaoh.
Unto Pharaoh. You notice after it spoke of Esau, folks, it goes right back into Pharaoh. The one the Most High freed us from, coming out of Egypt. So why is Pharaoh being spoken in the same frame or context of Esau? Folks, it was there the whole time. Esau is the modern day Pharaoh. The King of England right now, and all those others, the Pope. They're the modern day pharaohs, folks. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, read.
Even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Look at that. I got chills when you said that last part, Elder. Even for this same purpose have I raised thee up. He raised Esau up for the same purpose he raised Pharaoh up. So once he's smashed by Christ, the whole world will know the name of the God who sent his son to do it. The same way coming out of Egypt, the Most High revealed his name to Moses, that I might show my power in thee. He made Esau powerful with all this technology. Elon Musk coming with all this stuff. He wants them to show all their power so when Christ smashes them, the whole world will know like they knew back then that the God of the Hebrews is the God above all gods. That's why he's allowing Esau to flex over the earth right now. Esau is the modern day Pharaoh. And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Read.
18. Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will, he hardeneth.
There you go. There you go. He have mercy on us, and guess what? The heart of the modern day Pharaoh has been hardened. Like what? Like the ancient Pharaoh. Instead of them doing right by us, they'll only make our lives harder. The more the Most High free us, the harder is the servitude. No different, folks, than ancient Egypt. They have jobs. All the jobs they claim they didn't have for us, they opened up the floodgates and brought in East Indians and Asians. Not only are they giving them the jobs that belongs to us, they paying them proper wages to slight us intentionally. It's like, okay, you're not going to serve our God? All right. I'll tell you what. Make bricks without straw. See? Turning the economy against us to slight us. Paying the other people wages who haven't bled for this country, who haven't died in any war. They're doing this intentionally, folks, to mock us. That's Pharaoh, folks. Don't tell me they can't do right by us when they're doing right by everyone and every other people instead of us intentionally. Only thing they got for us is shots. Hey, get your shot. And you can have it absolutely free too. Okay? Make sure you get that. Read.
Yes, sir. Verse number 18. Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will, he hardeneth.
Read.
Thou wilt then say unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
How can man try to claim how God should feel in choosing? I need y'all to think about that. Well, I'm not going to serve a God who would choose a people. I don't know what type of God is that. How can you reply against God? You think the Most High care how you feel concerning his power when it's his power who made your behind? I see so many people feel that they can shame God into accepting their little pea brains. Well, listen, I don't want no God like that. I'd rather be an atheist. Okay, burn in hell. You can do that too. Well, I don't believe in hell. I tell you what, you will, because you'll spend more time there than when you had life on earth. So you don't have, you can claim you don't believe in hell. That's fine. You will believe in hell because you're going there. Like the Most High is going to come down and acquiesce to your demands. Like the Most High is going to say, hold up, stop it. We have a person who don't believe me. stop all of creation, sun, moon, stars, stop your courses. I'm not going to do nothing until this little pea brain understand what's going on.
Right.
Right? Angels, stop singing. The world, stop. Everybody, because this atheist don't believe in me. Listen, guess what, folks? There's no truer believers than atheists. I'm going to show you the ridiculousness of an atheist. Why do you take so much effort to prove something doesn't exist if it doesn't exist? Okay. Hope that didn't go over your head. If something doesn't exist, why even talk about it? Nay, but, O man, who art thou that replies against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Can Esau can East Indians with their non-talented butts stand up and say, why did you make me chosen? You know why? Because he didn't.
That's right.
Okay? Because he didn't. That's why. They upset with us that God chose us. Because he didn't. That's why. 21, read it.
Have not the potter power over the clay? Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor.
Don't the Most High have the power to make an honorable vessel to represent him on earth and give them the law, and a dishonorable vessel who would turn their back on their own father to choose the God of the Canaanites, who was Satan himself? The Most High got power to make two separate vessels. You know why? Because it's of his will. It's his will. Now, do Gentiles have a chance? Absolutely. But they would need to renounce all of their pagan religions to follow the true Christ. And that's including, that's right, those who are within Judaism. If they don't repent and accept Christ, they're going to burn in hell. Same thing with Muslims. They're going to be where, that's right, folks, they're going to burn in hell. So when we're talking about the Passover, we can't speak of the Passover if we don't show Christ's part in it and how important it is to understand who Christ is, not just who he was. He's our Moses. It was him who led the angels to minister and turn us back to the Father. It was him who seen a sister or a brother out there struggling concerning their past and history. He's seen us going to 23andMe and going to try to get some type of identity understanding, going to these places and sending our DNA to find out our history. He's seen that and said, well, hold up. My people are looking for me. It was the Most High who have you open up a computer one day to find out that you were the very same people you read about in that Bible, that you were there in the book the whole time. That was Christ. So the more we learn who we are, the more angry Esau becomes. He hardens his heart. But instead of showing mercy on God's people, he began to politically align himself to undermine God's people. No different than Pharaoh. Now, before I go into it, Elder, a few things I want to clear up right now before we open up the testimonies. Right? The Passover is written of in the Old Testament, Leviticus 23. 14 days from the beginning of the year. Okay? Equal parts night and day. Usually the new month or new moon, like we celebrated a couple of weeks ago before the Passover, 364 days. It's what? It's winter. Then the next day begins spring. One day after winter. You count 2 weeks, 14 days, which was 2 Sabbaths, like the Sabbaths we just had. That's Passover. It's that simple. The Passover, like it says in the scriptures, is at a fixed time each year. It's not going to fall on one day of the week and then a different day of the week. It's not going to be on a Monday and then a Tuesday next year and then a Friday the year after that. No, it's at a fixed time. All the holy days, like the Sabbath, are at a fixed time. Now, when you read in Leviticus 23, it tells us about what? It tells us about first fruits, where from the time of Passover, you count 7 Sabbaths. 7 times 7 is 49. You include that Passover, that's 50. Which is what? Pentecost. 50 is Pente. So that means the disciples were at the holy day of first fruits when the Holy Spirit came down on them, Acts the 2nd chapter. If they weren't at the holy day, they would not have received the Holy Spirit. So how is it that churches who have Pentecost don't know it's related to Passover and first fruits, 2 holy days contained in Leviticus the 23rd chapter? They're celebrating Easter. It has nothing to do with the Most High and God. Easter is the worship of Semiramis, Nimrod's mother, Semiramis. Pente, Pente, P-E-N-T-E, 50, Pente. Now, let me make this clear before I open up the lines. Well, a lot of Israelites are just celebrating Purim because they're following the Jewish calendar using the moon. And you cannot calculate the holy days that way. Why? Because the lunar year comes up 10 days short each year. You got 6 months, 30 days, 6 months, 29 days, which is a lunar year. 354 days. You understand that? So if we have in our calendar, which is wrong, is 1 day off, 365, which is the Gregorian, and the lunar is 354, 10 days short each year, how are they keeping the correct holy days? When a new year comes in 10 days short each year. Yeah. Let me show that again for those who didn't see it. Look at it. Days in a lunar year. A lunar year, which consists of 12 lunar months or cycles of the moons, is approximately 354 days. So what that means? If you follow the lunar year, it comes up 10 days short. The next year, you'll be counting what? 14 days from that lunar year being 10 days off. And then another year, you'll be 20 days off using the moon. That means you're counting God's holy days based on the lunar cycle, which comes up 10 days early, even according to the Gregorian calendar. It's even 11 days short when you look at that particular calendar. So they don't know what days they worshiping. They're just calling them days contained in the Bible. They don't know what they calling it Purim, but it's not Purim according to the cycles the Most High gave Moses and the Israelites. So they're following the moon like the Jewish people, not realizing you cannot keep time with just the moon, because the moon follows the sun when it comes to the 364-day cycle. You need the sun and the moon to calculate time. See? Like, for instance, 364, equal parts night, equal parts day. That's sun, that's moon and the sun. And then you start counting, it lets you know how much light you have with the moon the first day after that, and how much light you would have with the sun after that, all the way to 364. You got to have both the sun and the moon to calculate time. You cannot keep time with a watch using one hand. See? So that's why they just celebrated Purim, or what they think was Purim, but it had nothing to do with the holy days that the Most High set up. The same people who gave them the Antichrist doctrine under Judaism gave them their holy days. That's why they just celebrated Purim. Okay? Now, Elder Lawya, real quick. Another lie to dispel. That Christ rose on Easter Sunday. Lie. It's true that he gave up the ghost sundown Friday. Well, let's look at it. Sundown Friday. Sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. That's one. Sundown Saturday to sundown Sunday. Two. Sundown Sunday to sundown Monday. Three. See that? Friday to Saturday, one day. Saturday to Sunday, one day sundown. Sunday to Monday is a complete 3 days and 3 nights. Like it stated, he would be in the earth 3 days and 3 nights, like Jonah was in the well 3 days and 3 nights. So in actuality, if Christian churches were saying that we need to switch the holy day for Christ, and they claim they switched to Sunday because Christ rose on Sunday. You can't get Sunday from Friday sundown, which is Good Friday. So why aren't you doing it on Monday then? Even though the Bible didn't say change, give a holy day based on Christ's resurrection. That's nowhere in the Old or New Testament. The Catholic Church gave us that garbage. Okay? So it shouldn't be Sunday worship. Okay? The Jewish people, I'm going to tell you, they brought us that because they were dealing with Semiramis and the sun god in ancient Babylon. Okay? Now, hope y'all following this. So, let's go to when Mary Magdalene, when the Marys, Elder Lawya, in the book of John, when they came to the sepulchre and the sepulchre was already moved. Let's go there real quick.
Yes, sir.
Let's go
All
to
right, St. John.
Go ahead. I'm
Yes,
listening.
sir. St. John 20:1.
That's it. St. John 20:1. Read it.
It says here, the first day of the week cometh Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and seeth the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Then she runneth, and cometh to Simon Peter, and to the other disciple, whom Yeshua loved, and said unto them, They have taken away the Lord out of the sepulchre, and we know not where they have laid him. Peter therefore went forth, and that other disciple, and came to the sepulchre. And they ran both together, and the other disciple did outrun Peter, and came first to the sepulchre.
I need you to go where it says the first day of the week.
Yes, sir. Verse 1. The first day of the week.
The first day of the week, read.
Cometh Mary Magdalene early.
Now, why? Now, folks, why am I going here? Because this is where Christians are confused to make people believe in Sunday. Right? When you look at this particular verse, you see day. That's shaded out. That wasn't in the original Greek. That wasn't in the original Greek. So they say first day of the week, and then you look at your calendar and see Sunday, and you be like, well, oh, Sunday worship, when the word day wasn't even there. What it's talking about is the first interval of Sabbaths from Passover. Why? According to the holy days, there's 7 separate intervals from Passover to first fruits or Pentecost. So this was the first week in those intervals. It was between that first week. How do you know this? Look at the word week right here in the Greek. Week. It says what? Look. The Sabbath. It was speaking of the Sabbath. Day of weekly repose. Listen to this. That is the interval between 2 Sabbaths. The interval between 2 Sabbaths. So this was between what? Let me show you. This was between the Passover, where Christ was sacrificed, and what? The end of Feast of Unleavened Bread, which ends next Sabbath. Christ was in between 2 intervals, 2 Sabbaths. This had nothing to do with the first day of the week or Sunday. Another lie exposed. But you would have to understand about the 7 Sabbaths that lead to Pentecost or first fruits to know this. Right? So that's why the Most High is tearing down these Christian churches now. They can no longer hold us with these lies. Sunday worship is a clear defiant. It's against Christ. Sunday worship is against God. It's against the Bible. Right? It only means he rose in between the 2 Sabbaths. What 2 Sabbaths? The Passover and what? You have a full week, which is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. He rose in the midst of that. That's all it's saying. It had nothing to do with Sunday. Right? Now, this is what I'm going to do, Elder. What I'm going to do here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put up a number where you can all call in a couple of minutes. In a couple of minutes. But before I do that, I'm going to hear some testimonies in a couple of seconds. Right? Passover. What was it like for you? What was your Passover? If you came to the Passover this week in Florida, now it's time for you to give us your testimony. Right? I need y'all to check this out, folks. Celebrating in the name of the Almighty. Check this out.
Stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom. I said the kingdom. Yeah, stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom.
He said, stepping over demons as we're stepping in the kingdom. Elder Lawya, they got a step song where we can step in the name of the Most High. Stepping over demons while we're stepping in the kingdom.
I said the kingdom. Yeah, stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom. It's like kingdom. Israelite step. From the right to the left. To the left. Israelites dance.
Go ahead, Rawchaa.
Raise a higher with your hands.
Go ahead, Malak.
Stepping over demons, stepping over demons. Shooting all the traps and the snares of the heathen. Prophesied to the dry bones, now they breathing. Drawn to the body, yeah, you shy and exceeding. On me, you're the Lord with a double-edged sword. We was all scattered, now we back on one accord. Stepping over demons, keep stepping. That I gorilla in my Judah be a weapon. Check it, Northside Jerusalem, can you feel me? Southside Judah, praise a higher to the ceiling. Catch me slaying all these demons, take a second, need a breather. Don't be messing with my people, Smith and Wesson, keep a need to change the weather with my heater, better chill. Edge to the casualties laying in the field. Look, stay focused, no joking. Or angels coming through here just like the locusts. Revelations here to stay, try and cope with it. Rolling with the time, he can't find me like ghosts with it. They came to slaughter Christ's flock, so it's no kidding. To be born and be the chosen like it's forbidden. If there's an auction for the truth, less than forbidden. Cause it's so different, make it so different. Baptized in white like snow on a cold mitten. Everlasting, more lives than 4 kittens.
Stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom. Stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom. Stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom. Stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom.
We stepping on the floor, looking fly. In the two-step while we stand side to side. Hands in the air, praise the Most High. Then you bend your knees like you do the South Side. Northern tribes, where you at? Time to dance. Then you two-step to the back, raise your hands. Raise your hip, then you bring it back up. Stepping over demons, then you do the pass up. We stepping on the floor, looking fly. In the two-step while we stand side to side. Hands in the air, praise the Most High. Then you bend your knees like you do the South Side. Northern tribes, where you at? Time to dance. Then you two-step to the back, raise your hands. Raise your hip, then you bring it back up. Stepping over demons, then you do the pass up.
Stepping in the kingdom, do the walk, hit them with a left step, right step, break them all, get them. Stepping over demons when I hit them with a right kick, left kick, not switch, get it. Stepping in the kingdom, do the walk, hit them with a left step, right step, break them all, get it. Stepping over demons when I hit them with a right kick, left kick, not switch, get it.
Stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom. Stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom. I said the kingdom. Yeah, stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom. I said the kingdom. Yeah, stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom.
Israelite step. From the right to the left. Israelites dance. Raise a higher with your hands.
Ha ha! Uh-huh. Stepping over demons while I'm stepping in the kingdom. You know that's Israel, Elder Lawya. Anytime
Yes, sir.
Israel get a stepping song for the Most High.
God.
We're gonna step, whoa, in the name of our Lord. Come on, hold on. Let me get this real quick. All right, what we're gonna do real quick, phone. Here's the phone number right here. 215-253-4448. This is the number we have. You can call in. Passover Testimonies. I'll also put up a Zoom real quick. Also, if you like to support the church on Cash App, our weekly broadcast is GOCC Report. GOCC Report. Right? And real quick, the Hebrew and Bible Academy continues this coming Sunday. Praise the Most High. Elder Lawya, what's the lesson for this week?
Yes, sir. We're going into week number 5, which means we should be going into the split of Israel and Judah, unless we decide to switch it up a bit, but that will be the lesson for this particular week. So I'm assuming we're still taking enrollments for those who would like to get in. Go to historytimes.org for information on how to enroll in the Hebrew and Bible Academy.
You got it. You got it. Thank you, Elder Lawya. All right. Let me go to 215-253-4448. Right. Let me pull it up. Here's some of these testimonies as we go in. Right. And y'all can call in now, and I'll answer the calls as they flow in. But at the meantime, hey, let's go over some of the pictures. Oh, here they come. Here they come.
Y'all can call in now, and I'll answer the calls as they flow in.
626 area code. Please turn me off in the background. 626.
Let's go over some of the pictures.
626 area code.
Here they come. Here they come.
I'm gonna give you to the count of 3, 626, or I'm taking you off.
626 area code. Please turn me off in the background. 626. 626 area code.
Okay, gotta go. Who's next? All right. 315 area code. Hold on. For some reason, these calls aren't allowing me to answer. Okay, I'm going to call. Okay, everybody stop calling. If you called before, I'll just call you back. How you doing?
Hello?
How you doing? This is the Gathering of Christ Church. How are you?
Hello?
This is Rawchaa from the Gathering of Christ Church. Well, don't look like that's working either, Elder Lawya.
Yes, sir. We may have to try the Zoom.
Okay. We're going to go Zoom. All right. No phone calls because obviously something is going on with that too. So let's do Zoom. Let's do Zoom. All right. Passover Testimonies. Zoom. Here we go. Oh, no, I'm okay. The lighting, someone says, Elder, I need some turmeric or whatever the case is. No, the lighting is dim here. Okay. I'm drinking water. I'm good. Thanks. But the lighting is dim. I have to fix the lights here. All right. I know I look dark today, but it's the lighting. I moved the lights up there and they should be up on me. So that's why I'm looking a little dark today. All right. I'm healthy. All right. I'll fix it. Don't worry about it. But thanks for your concern. All right. New meeting. Start. Join. Like I'm going to give y'all an example here to show you that it's the light. We did it for love, yeah. All right, let me show you here. Do it like that. That's why we did it. See? I'm good. See? I'm straight. This is the camera from the display. All right. The camera here is, it really, for the real good camera, you need a lot of good lighting. But this is the camera directly from the computer to show you I'm healthy. All right. All right. Let's go here. All right. So there we go. Invite link. Okay. One second. All right, let's go. Okay, the Zoom link is in the chat if you'd like to come in. The Zoom link is in the chat for Password Testimonies, right? Okay, Marquise Durrell. Marquise then Cayenne. Marquise. How you doing, Marquise?
Hey, all praises to the Most High, Elder. How you doing?
I am blessed by the best, and his name is Ahaya. Talk to me.
All praises. Shout out to you, Elder Lawya, and the entire GOCC family. My first Passover this past week in Orlando. Second time actually meeting with the family. The first time was back in Augusta last year. but this is my first Passover, and it was a top-notch event. Friday, the vendors, all the vendors were great. Had great like clothing, all the different jewelry, all the creams, I got a bunch of new fringes, and it was just a blessing to be able to bless the family and having all that stuff right there instead of trying to go to other places to get the same thing. So that Friday at the vendor event before sundown was awesome. The Friday service, everything was awesome. And then on the Sabbath, bringing in the Passover and with the family, and all you can see is white from one side of the room to the other in this huge convention center. It was just an awesome event. Everything was nothing but love. You felt like you were with nothing but family. You're looking at people that look like your aunts and uncles and people that you grew up with, and it was all love. I'm new to the body as far as gathering. I just moved to Atlanta last year from California, and so I don't know a whole lot of people within the body. But when I got there and the people I did recognize, they recognized me. It was all love. I do gather with the church body here in Atlanta. Nothing but a top-notch event. So all honors to you, Elder Lawya, the entire team, the GOCC family, people that we don't get a chance to see and know and recognize by name. But I know a lot of work went into this event, as it does every year. And it's just a blessing, and all praises to the Most High for being able to actually witness it live instead of through YouTube like I've done in the previous years.
Well, brother, welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know, it does have a feel like one big family reunion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, you see your cousins and your aunts, uncles there, most definitely. You see them there.
I mean, from the airport all the way amongst to the stores around that I'm walking around seeing people. It's like one. That's the only way to really explain it.
Right.
Like
right.
You wouldn't think that people who didn't know each other.
Right.
You wouldn't think, because some people never met one another, but you could tell they were a part of the family. If you've seen them on the street or on the way there, one big family reunion. Let me ask you a question. Let me have your name again.
It's Brother Marcus down here in the Atlanta body.
And how long did you know you were a Hebrew?
I'm in this elder since 2014. I can't tell you the story online on when I really first got the inkling, because it was a very, very interesting way in which I came to start thinking about, I think we are these people. That happened back in 2000, I believe, like 6, as I was reading through the Bible and reading through the Exodus and reading the complaining and a lot of murmuring going on. I'm like, this sounds like some of our people. I just put it that way for the lack of a better word, as I was reading through the Bible. But really understanding and really going through and learning that I was an Israelite since 2014.
So you finally came into the church. Your first Passover here. I would take it that you did Passover before, probably under some other gathering.
No, my first official Passover meeting with the brethren was this past weekend. But I have been celebrating at my home. Back in California. I just moved out to Atlanta from Altadena, California last year. And so the first actual gathering was this past weekend, but me and my brother Damon, who's with the California body, we've been over, I say, the last 4 years or so, we have been celebrating the Passover at home. On the day of the calendar, which we got from GOCC, we follow the calendar. Those are our days and our holidays, our holy days. And that's the ones that we follow.
All praises. Well, thank you, brother. And I think I know I ran into you while I was there. And,
you did. I was asking about that popcorn.
I know. I recognize it. Hey, I know. I'm like, where the popcorn at?
Where the popcorn at,
man? Yeah. So it's you that make the popcorn, or what's going on? Or you were there when I said it?
Now, I saw a broadcast when you mentioned that, you couldn't wait to get there because the popcorn was so good and organic. And so I love popcorn. I eat it all the time. So I was looking for what you was talking about in the broadcast about a week ago.
The popcorn maker, the brother and sister who do the popcorn, brother, they have some spicy cheese organic popcorn. And, you know, they'll send it to you online. Listen, I'll pay for you to get some of this. I need some of that popcorn. I'm going to tell you.
I was looking for it.
Speaking of popcorn, I'm so glad I switched to another camera because I think this other camera here make me look a little chunky. This other one I switched from. Right?
Right.
Right? I'm like, well, hold up. I spoke to a sister. She said, Elder, I thought you were way bigger. I'm like, come on now. Lord have mercy. I'm like,
yes, sir.
You know, I have a nice workout plan now, so I'm getting it together. But no, that other camera is deceiving, right? This is how it really is, bro. I'm fine now, all right?
Okay.
Through this other camera, they be talking about, is Elder sick? No, this camera is, all this money we pay for this camera, and it's, I'm going to use an old school term, it's whack. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah. I even got my a higher power sweatshirt on. I had my son print them up back when we had the printing press, and I sent the printing press out to you guys because I didn't have any more space for it. And I sent it out about a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, out to the church body. But yeah, he even printed it up. You know, you guys gave us the name, right? And we've been running with it ever since.
Amen.
And so, like I said, all praises to the Most High, Higher. We appreciate everything that you do. Elder Lawya, had a chance to talk to him for a brief moment this past weekend as well, and even back in Augusta last year. It's just a privilege to be part of the body.
Well, brother, thank you. And guess what, brother? We're your servants, my brother. We're your servants. The Most High gave you his name. He said he would. He said he would. Welcome back, brother.
Absolutely. And I'm an Academite. I can't even count how many I've been there. It's well over 25, but I'm an Academite, been rolling since like 2018. And just the experience is absolutely phenomenal. I've learned more since I've joined than all 40 years that I was in the Christian church prior to that. You can't even quantify the learning and the knowledge and the history, both within the Word, within the Apocrypha, within the Pseudepigrapha, within all the other actual texts, and then outside of that, in just history that gets brought through that academy. It is, you cannot beat it. And so, anybody who's on the fence, I was on the fence at first, but I kept hearing about it. I said, I'm gonna do it, and I've been doing it ever since.
So you was on the fence with the academy initially.
Back in 2018.
And you probably was on the fence because you probably didn't know what to expect.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
Right? You didn't know what to expect.
I just said, the Most High wouldn't have brought me this far and then put the academy in front of me and me not do it. So I need to go ahead and do it and find out about it. And I ain't missed one cent. That was 2018.
Yeah, but I have to ask you, what did you expect when you first was hesitant?
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect because I had got engulfed in all the lessons, and I kept hearing you guys in the lessons talk about the academy, the academy, the academy. Yeah. And when I first, I had only been with listening to the videos about, I would say, like 3 to 6 months prior to the academy. So I just really didn't know what to expect between the Wednesday and the Sabbath lesson. Yeah. I didn't know what the academy was. But I did know I wanted to know more about that word. I thought that would be a good way for me to do it. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it. The best $150 that I've spent in a very, very, very long time. And like I said, I ain't missed one cent.
Thank you, brother. And wait till you see what's in store this coming Sunday. It's going to knock you off. You're going to be knocked off your seat with this one. I got some information on this one. So some more.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Let's go down the list here. Elder Lawya, you can bring in your video now that the audio is correct here. It's fine. All right. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to drink my water, apple cider vinegar. I'm going to put some lemon up in there. Soon as the sun, and I'm hitting that treadmill. I'm going to do 30 minutes on the treadmill. Boom. After that, I'm gonna take me a little shower, whatever the case is. Wait a little bit. Brother Maloney from Kansas. I'm gonna tell you, he gave me a full workout plan, reps with each part, like my arms, everything. And listen, it's time. The enemy's coming, mind, body, and spirit. It's time to get our physical together. And I'm gonna tell you, after eating that food this weekend, I have a lot to burn. Okay? All right. Kayem. Passover testimonies. Let's do it. I'm going to tell you. That other camera made me look like Chubb Rock. That's that old school for those who don't know Chubb Rock. Chubb Rock had you up in the, I'm going to tell you, back when in the world, boy, when you had that S curl, listen, it wasn't about standing on the wall. There ain't no wallflower. You know, you sitting up there, you see what I'm saying? You doing the you know what I mean? The hammer time. Chubb Rock. I don't know if y'all remember that Chubb Rock back in the day. That's what the other camera had me looking like old Chubb Rock. I'm back, y'all. Kayem. Blessed Passover week, young man. Talk to me.
Oh, yes, sir. It was so blessings and double honors to the leadership. And, man, Elder Rawchaa and Deacon Malak tore that stage up. And, Elder,
they killing it.
You did it again, sir. Like, and to have you bring them children up on stage, it was a blessing to see them and ask them the name. And, man, all the children around is going to see that, and they're going to be encouraged. Even with the play. The play was so awesome. And it's like, again, like Lucifer got an Academy Award. I was like, hold up. I was like, but Elder, it was wonderful, and I was able to meet a lot of people in the chat. Tramika, I was able to meet Lawya and Marie, and I was able to meet Hebrew Harris. I was able to meet Brother Fogg. I was able to meet so many people, Elder, and that's what you said. I remember you said he was like, you know, you don't know. That people, you inspire people to keep going. And I know that you put the fire in me every week, you and Elder Lawya, and it gets me going. And a brother came up to me, he's like, man, you know, I helped him what he was going through. And I was like, that's a blessing because I needed to hear that. It's like, and that's what the pastor was for Yeshaya. He's the word. And them words that was given to us was giving us the fire to continue to go back to the world and say, you know what, we can do it. We can do what our elders say and finish.
That's
and
right.
Elder, like, yes, sir. I remember, like, so I was playing music, so I always keep my boombox with me. So I was playing my music. I play Stevie Diamond at first. So I'm coming up the stairs and I'm playing You Save Me, right? So I'm like, why everybody sitting here and we ain't going in? So next thing you know, Elder, while I'm playing the music, and people probably was like, man, y'all set this up. Elder, you coming down the stairs as You Save Me coming down. I was like, you know what? You can't make this up. Elder, I was like, you cannot make this up. I said, all praises. I came in as on the right time, and it was just a beautiful thing just to see everybody there, the love. You know what I mean? Everybody coming together, and you know what I mean? Just see Elder Hannah do a prayer just to open up the heavens for us, and it was just so wonderful just to see everybody. I mean, just the rock. I knew he was gonna have them California shades on. I was like, look at.
Okay, come back. You just went out. You went out, my brother. Come back. You went out. John Singleton.
It was just so wonderful to see everybody.
How you doing, John?
Good.
I'm sorry about it, Kayem. You must have, I don't know whether or not with your service, but thank you for your testimony, brother. Were you there, John? What do you think about this week's Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread? Talk to us.
Oh man, Elder. This is my third year with my wife and my daughter. Our third year being there in Florida. We did Cleveland, Charlotte, now Florida. But it was a blessing because we had plenty of time prior to the Passover to just enjoy the city, get the kids out, let them do something different. But coming into the Passover, Elder, we took the Greyhound bus from Wichita, Kansas.
Oh my goodness.
33 hours total.
Lord.
But yeah, it was rough, but it was a blessing and all well worth it. The Most High, it blessed us to be in the building. And first and foremost, giving it up for Yeshua Christ and the sacrifice. And, it was just a blessing to be in the building with everybody, to see family, friends, everybody. But we left Florida on the Greyhound Monday morning.
Okay.
And we just got home this morning. We just got back this morning due to some delays. But, I had to be level-headed with my family because we had some delays. I said, hey, we made it from the Passover. What is the Most High trying to show us? We had to sit in Atlanta for 12 hours because our bus got there late. So we waited 12 hours for the next bus. But just being able to, bask in what we just came from,
Yeah.
Blessing the Most High for the opportunity to be in the building for Passover yet again. And shout out to the music ministry, the Dallas body, and Sister Rebecca Crochet. We actually met with them prior to the Passover when we got there. And my daughter has been really, really interested in a specific song that Rebecca had did. And I want to thank her for taking the time to sing that song for my daughter when we was with them in Florida. It really blessed us, seeing her be able to do that. And we appreciate that. But overall, just want to thank y'all for everything that you're doing in leadership, elders, all that, and just leading, guiding us in and being able to do these Passovers and give the Most High praise for his son, Yeshua. Most definitely.
Well, thank you, brother, and I'm so glad you were able to partake. So how long have you been following the church, actually?
Well, came to the truth around 2017, but officially in the church and baptized since 2020.
2020.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Ain't that so?
Yeah, they with Deacon Micah Maloney in Wichita, Kansas. So I knew who you was talking about with that workout. That's my deacon in Wichita.
Well, there's something I want to show the people real quick. Hold on. Let me show the people. Let me see. I want to show the people this. 1 second. All right. I want to show the people this real quick. 1 second. You can let yourself out, brother. I'm going to reach out to you because it's time for you to do some work where you at. So I want to talk about you doing something with our church in your area. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the next time you got to travel so long, reach out so I can give you some alternatives. I don't want you on that road 30 hours like that anymore. So, all right. So
yes, sir.
I'm going to be reaching out to you. All right.
All right. Appreciate it.
My brother.
All right.
All right. You can let yourself out real quick.
Gotcha.
I want people to see this. Right. I want people to see this right here. Right. Under preview. Check this out, brothers and sisters. Check this out. Tell me that our calendar, the Most High gave us a 364-day calendar to put everything back on point. Tell me if this isn't deep. Then after that, I'm going to show a few more pictures here. 1 second. Tell me this isn't deep. Right here, preview. Right there, preview. Boom, there it is. Under browser and preview. Browser, preview. Look at this. Look at this real quick. Look at this. Look at this. Right there. Put the phone down. Look at this right here. Right? We were looking at the 364-day calendar, right? Christ gave up the ghost Friday sundown, 2 weeks from what? The new month, the new year. And look what it says here. I want y'all to see this. March 25th lunar eclipse. A total eclipse. Look at this. A total eclipse, look right here, will occur at the moon's descending node of orbit on Friday. Look, Friday, March 14th, 2025. With an umbral magnitude of 1.1804, a lunar eclipse occurs when the moon moves into the Earth's shadow, causing the moon to be darkened. What happened when Christ gave up the ghost? Darkness over the land. On the same night he was crucified. Tell me that calendar isn't on point when it comes to Sabbaths and Passover. Tell me it's not on point. Look at that. It doesn't get any more exact than that. The Passover is Sabbath, the second Sabbath from the first of what? The first of a solar and lunar cycle every year. It's the second Friday from equal parts night, equal part days. That's why, brothers and sisters, y'all have to get that calendar. If not for any other reason than being on point for Sabbaths and holy days. It's right on point. Look at that. Right on point. All right. All right. I have a few more people. I need all your testimonies. I'm going to be on for another 30 minutes. In the meantime, and again, all praises be to the Most High. Hit the like button. Thank you for all your support, all you brothers and sisters do to support this work. I really appreciate it. I see, okay, I got Rosa, hold tight. I have someone from the islands, Island, the Hardy family. All of you just hold tight while I go through a few of the slides. This was the first night where all the leaders of the church got together. Thursday night, we all came in and had a little meal. Right? Dale. Look at this. Thursday night, we all came together. Just the leaders of the church. Just the leaders. Oh yeah. I got to get it together. Yeah, I definitely got to get it together. Yeah. I'm going to be on that treadmill tomorrow morning. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Look at the family. All right, let's see what we got here. Yes, yes, yes. That was the leadership. And of course, there's many from the Passover day that we're going to show this coming Friday. But boy, what a celebration. What a celebration. Passover Testimonies. Rawchaa Tucker. How you doing, Rosa?
Coming Friday.
How you doing, Rosa?
Shalom, Elder.
Do me a favor. Rosa. Yeah, make sure YouTube is shut off, sister.
Okay.
Or at least mute it. You don't have to shut it off, but mute it.
I did.
Okay. How are you, Miss Lady? How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Elder. Praise the Lord. Yes, this was my first Passover ever. And my testimony is that I wanted to go and I started trying to go to Passover. And then it didn't work out.
Well, sister, there's a lot of noise going on in the background. Is that you, Lawya, or?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm on mute.
Okay, sister, there's some movement there that's in your microphone. Everything good there?
Yeah.
Give me a minute. You're going to have to wait.
Okay. Is it all right now?
Is there someone in the room with you, sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hear that?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
I'll tell you.
Okay, Elder knows. Nobody in here now. They're going. Is it quiet now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, so anyway, the Lord blessed me to be able to come to the Passover. And I was so happy because I was in the Philly body, and now I'm down in South Carolina, so I'm in the Orangeburg body.
Okay.
So at this Passover, I was blessed to see my brothers and sisters from the Philly body. I missed them so much. When I seen them, I just started crying and everything. I was so happy to see them. And it was just such a blessing, the Passover. I drove there. I was born in Miami. So it was just, I don't know what to say. It was just so wonderful. I got to take a picture with you, a video I made out of it. But the thing is, today, when I was in the store shopping, right? So I was shopping and everything. So I was looking around and I saw these Easter bunnies and all this stuff. And I said, what? I felt like, you know how you saying how the Lord has put us on time with the calendar. So we're in a different time zone than the world. And I actually felt that as I was walking through the store, that what a shame that they don't know the timing of the Lord. And I really felt from being in the Passover that I was pushed into the right timing of the Lord. And it's just wonderful. I don't know how to explain it. I feel that I'm in the Sabbath like I'm supposed to be. I'm on the time. I'm not celebrating all these other things. It's like I just forgot what all that stuff was about.
That's deep that you're saying that, sister, because we never put two and two together. Like, what do bunnies laying eggs have to do with anything? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just think about that.
Nothing.
What does bunny laying eggs and bunnies, what does that have to do with Christ?
Nothing.
Zero. Well,
Zero.
thank you. And now with your eyes open, you can see that deception.
Yes.
We've been taught this deception since Christmas became commercialized. I mean, think about that. When we grew up, we went to church, we would have our Sunday best on, right? Even though that was off, we had that have nothing to do with Christ. But at that time, this is what we did. Sunday worship, but I never understood the correlation between Sunday and then during the week, we would hunt for Easter eggs and jelly beans, which is really shaped like an egg worshiping Semiramis. And guess what? These were Christians pushing these pagan traditions. And we never put 2 and 2 together. We thought it had something to do with Christ. Right? So I thank the Most High. I look at those.
You know what?
Go ahead,
I want to just say this one other thing. It's funny you mentioned that. I was born on April 18th because you were talking about the different times, how it comes this time and that time. So when I was born on April 18th, it was Easter Sunday. My father was born on April 18th. It was Easter Sunday. And they was going to name me Lily Easter. But then they changed my name to Rosa Esther. Okay? So this whole thing, like the Lord be dealing with us even when we unaware.
I gotta get to the next person because we got 30 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, sister. You can let yourself out. All right. I apologize, but I have to get to everybody. Bring 1 point because I want to be respectful for those who are coming after you. Okay. Thank you, sister. All right. Real quick. Boom. Let me go here. Make sure you bring 1 point, 1 point only, so that we can get through. Right? All right. This was the day before sundown, folks. This sister make her own rag dolls. Right? She got a dark skin and a light skin one. Look at it. Hey, our people have talent. Look. Tribe of Benjamin. Look, book bags for children and adults. And I'm talking about high quality book bags with the Israelites symbol as well as name on the bags. I may get a bunch of these and give it out for the children before school. I may do that. Get a bunch of these and give it to the children around September, before September, so that they can use this to go to school with. Look at this. Ephraim, Passover. They singing with the 12 tribes banners behind them. That band was killing it. Look at our people. Amazing. Amazing. Lord, have mercy. Look at the babies with the fringes on. Look at that there. Thousands of God's people, saints of the Almighty. Look at that. Whoa, what's going on here? To Zion. To Zion, huh? Oh, yeah. Myself and Elder. There he is. She come. Look at that. I feel the Spirit calling me. It's drawing me back home. Yeah. To Zion. The children of Israel is back. I lay down my life. I'm begging, please. Oh, look at this. The photographer, originally from Lake Charles, Louisiana, the place I was born. Pulitzer Prize winner, Erwin Thompson. Erwin Thompson, Pulitzer Prize winner, one of the best photographers on earth, has been a part of our church and have blessed us with these photos. What a gifted eye this man has. Look at our people. Look at Israel. Oh, I lay down my life. I'm begging, please. Look at this. Kwam Yashala. Look at the Most High's people. Huh? Erwin Thompson. What a gifted photographer. Look at brothers is coming in. Look. Royalty. Look at this here. You know, the enemy don't want to show this type of image throughout the earth when it comes to our people. This is what our people are really about. Right? Why Esau don't promote this image over the world, around the world? Look at these prints. These are prints. This is princely right here, huh? What? Look at that. Straight from the UK, Jed. Fresnel, look at it. The Thunderzar. Praise the Almighty. Look at this. Thousands of people coming back to the Most High. Look at this. Only the Most High could have done this. The communion. Only the Most High could have done this. A holy people. Daughters of Zion. Israelites and Gentiles coming to the knowledge of the truth. And the food was good. Look, even Gad up in there. Higher, 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 higher. The play. Cain and Abel. Oh, look. Oh, I'm going to frame this picture right here. Look at this. Look at this picture. Benjamin. Yahweh. Azel. Oh, look at that hat. What? Look at it. Look at that hat suspended in there. Lord, I'm going to tell you something, boy. Look at Bishop and family. Amazing. Amazing. Praise the Almighty. Praise the Almighty. The 12 tribes of Israel is back. The enemy is peeved right now, but they can't do nothing about it. We have Chin. How you doing, Chin? A few more testimonies and then we're done for this evening. Thank the brother Erwin Thompson for your great work, that great eye you have. Man, Pulitzer Prize winner when it comes to photographs. Let's see. Barak, I know Barak Yad. I know Barak Yad is he's looking at this. Hold on. Hey Chin, unmute yourself. Chin, unmute yourself, please.
Hello.
How you doing, Chin?
Hi, Shalom, Honorable Elder Rawchaa.
How are you?
Oh my goodness, blessed by the best, and his name is Ahaya, like you always say.
Talk to me.
Elder Rawchaa, I cannot, oh my God, I am still on a high from Passover. Yes. I have not come down from this righteous high, I'm telling you. First of all, I am 1 year. It's my 1 year birthday being baptized March 10th of last year.
Okay.
Under the Gathering of Christ Church. And this has been my first in-person Passover.
Okay.
And the Orlando. And let me tell you why this is so special for me.
Okay.
3 years ago, 2021, when I first saw the first Passover, I witnessed it virtually. And everyone from you to all the other elders, to the artists that I listened to Sister Shirley. I mean, I felt like I know everybody.
Keep on talking, I'm listening.
And when I was there in person and to see everyone in flesh, to see you, Elder Rawchaa, in person, Elder Lawya, to meet Sister Shirley, to actually watch her play in person, it was so surreal. And it literally brought tears to my eyes. And just to see the sea of beautiful white and all these beautiful people, like that brother said earlier, it felt like a family reunion, which is exactly what I felt like that it was for me. Just the same way when I opened up the Bible to look for all the answers to my questions, I felt like I entered a family reunion reading, the Bible. And that's how I felt when I came to Passover.
Praise the Most High.
It was just so surreal. And I thought about you, Elder Rawchaa, in the sense that I've heard you shared your powerful testimony of how you came into this. And I think you really should do a documentary on how this church started, because your testimony is so powerful. And I thought to myself, if I am tearing up, and this is my first time as a baby, I can only imagine what Elder Rawchaa feels looking out and seeing this sea of people, knowing he was called into this truth, knowing that you weren't even expecting, you were just being obedient. And to see this growth, this massive growth of lost sheep that you have pulled and called through the power of Christ, I just teared up, because like you said, you literally see that is the work of the Most High God, Ahaya. And I'm just so grateful for you. And I know that you have other callers to attend to. I just wanted to share something very powerful with you, because when I came into this, Elder Rawchaa, 3 years ago, I was one of those people when the pandemic hit. It shifted me mentally, where I had so many questions and I was tired of listening to the narrative of man. And I said, you know what? I had all these geopolitical questions, all these different questions. And something said to me, get your answers, open your Bible, and just take your time and read.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, Elder Rawchaa, every single question was answered to the T. And the Most High stripped me and called me out. And I saw the errors of my ways. That's a whole nother testimony. But this is where it gets really powerful. I thought I was going crazy with a lot of the things that I was seeing that the Most High was revealing to me.
Yeah.
And then he led me to your church, and I popped up on a video. And in that video, Elder Rawchaa, not only was it powerful, but all the scriptures you shared, all the precepts, Elder.
Yeah.
I had all of those scriptures already highlighted in my Bible. Every single scripture you brought out was already highlighted in my Bible when I was reading it for my answers.
And where you from right now?
I'm from Jamaica, but I live in Los Angeles, so I'm with the Southern California body.
And you went to the Passover in California, correct?
I went to the one in Orlando. Because when I saw it for the first time, I made a promise to myself. That I have to go to that one. I have to go to the one where the men who started this church, Elder Rawchaa and Elder Lawya, I have to go to that one first. And I made that promise to myself. And it was so surreal being there in the flesh, because I know this was all orchestrated by the Most High.
Well, thank you, sister. Thank you for your testimony.
My pleasure.
So we'll be coming to California soon. Bless you.
I hope so. Tawada. A pleasure talking with you.
All right,
and
blessings.
Much big up and blessing to you and the Honorable Elder Lawya.
Blessings. All right. You can let yourself out. Shalom. Oh yeah. The Most High, through Christ, his blood has forgiven us, have brought us to the true light, the understanding of who we are, working towards the kingdom. Chin, please let yourself out. Yeah. That'll work. AC. Okay, when it comes to this particular video, I'm going to need you to make sure you cut this piece out, because these are some songs that I was going to do at the Passover, but we got Music with the Purpose 2 coming. And one of the brothers that I was in the work with since early 90s, 92, I knew him before that, Maurice Wiltshire, Barak Yad. I wrote a song called Sin, the Sin I'm In, right? And he asked me, and we talked about it, and he want me to do what's going to be with Music with the Purpose 2. All right? Just putting it out there, because this is the music that our parents grew up with, right? It's that type of music that kept relationships together through hard times, right? You wonder why families endured and all that. I'm going to tell you, it had something to do with the music. Okay, it was a lot, it was about forgiveness and understanding that there's no stranger that's going to treat you like the person you care about. And sometimes you have to focus on the positives instead of the negatives. And songs like that showed appreciation. There was appreciation for men and women when I grew up. So that type of song is really going to help, I believe, to appreciate our people, right? The people we care about, right? All right, a few more. Alan Barnes, talk to us, Alan. Yeah, that was an exclusive. We're going to make sure that AC, I'm going to need you to cut that out, because we don't need that music out there until I put it out there, but that's how music used to be. Alan Barnes, the great sax player. What a solo you did the other day, my brother. How are you?
Thank you. I tried my best.
Talk to me.
It's a pleasure to do that. I just want to be available for the Most High God. And those classic songs, I can bring those classic songs back to life, So I think that's my niche in the music. So what I'm trying to do is bring that. But I was having problems with my microphone too. And it was perfect at home, but when I got there, something happened. And I was like, it still sounds good, though. You did sound good. You sound good.
You still sound good. You 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 sound
He didn't stop the show. You know, Most High God, he got a ram in the bush.
Yeah.
No microphone. But what I remarked about the Passover was not just the people in the ambient, it was the people outside of the church that I got to minister with. Like the Amish and Mennonite people. They asked my wife who she was because the way she was dressed. You know, and then I got to see some other people that was in need, and I got to be able to talk to them about Christ, you know?
There was some,
other people.
You said there was some Mennonites in Florida?
Yeah, I saw some when we was coming back. You know, we drove, and they came up to my wife, and they started talking to her, and I just had to tell them about the church.
That's interesting.
You know, and I got to talk to other people also about Christ and about the church. So they was looking at us.
Look at that. Look at that.
So it's beautiful.
You know what? You know what? Many people, when I went back to the hotel dress, a lot of people were wondering. It's like what is this? What's going on? It's as if they're not used to. You know what? I don't blame them. Okay, this is something different when you see it. To see our people, because people are so used to seeing us one way, right? And to have a dynamic that they haven't been programmed into accepting. Thousands and thousands of very nice people who gather in the spirit of the Almighty, and even the strangers on the outside felt that spirit. But go ahead, it's your time.
Well, you know, I'm looking forward to the all white, and I hope that shorty I got you there, it fits your head.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have the all white. We're gonna have the all white function summit again this year. We're gonna go into North Philadelphia, across from where I was. 15th and Diamond, there's a duckery school. I'm going to get the clearance to have a complete concert for all of our people in the neighborhood who can't afford it with the truth. On top of that, we're going to be dropping spiritual regenerification. Why the landscape is changing in these poor neighborhoods. What's really behind it. We're going to drop the drugs. We're going to drop the eugenics. We're going to drop everything. The pharmaceuticals live. And we're going to drop the truth. You know, you see the landscape is changing with the Asians and others right around us. Listen, that's not by happenstance. This is intentional. It's not, this is a soft genocide. And I'm going to talk about that right there in the neighborhood I grew up at, 15th and Diamond. Hey, I'm going to say, listen, I wouldn't tell you. Listen, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't tell you. I wouldn't have told you. I don't expect y'all to hear what I'm saying. You can probably think that this is just Junior, the guy you grew up with, singing and dancing and all that. But Junior is in here somewhere, but that thing is over. It's who I've become. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't listen, you're going to fall for the next thing that's about to go down. Because I'm going to tell you, I think we got about another, things is heating up. And I think usually with an administration like when a president is in his last administration, this is Trump's second administration. Usually on the way out, they do what they wouldn't have done with their first term. And I think before he gets out there, probably about 2 years from now, and I'm putting it out there right now, 2 years or a year where he only got a few months left, the third or fourth year of his term, I believe he's going to declare outright war on Iran. And this is why we have to start getting ourselves together. They're priming the pump for it right now. And just like, look at what Obama did. He didn't do this gay marriage thing until he only had what? He only had 3 months to go. So really, that was his plan the whole time. But he waited until the end term where, he didn't care about jockeying for votes anymore to actually show people what he was put in position to do. He was put in position to destroy marriage. How do you destroy a country? How do you destroy everything? Well, if you destroy family, family is the foundation of any country. Okay? Because without family, if a man doesn't have family, well, guess what? There's nothing to fight for. So why would he put his life on the line for a country when there's nothing he have to save in the country? He have no legacy, no genealogy, no hope of family. So that would discourage a man for going to war. For what? So when Obama put that thing out there with gay marriage and made that a law in America, that was the end of marriage in America. Now look at relationships. But again, Barnes, he waited until it was too late. He waited until he was about to go out the door. He had one foot out the door. He only needed to trick our people long enough to give him a second term. And now here's Trump in his second term. And before he go out, I believe he's going to go out with a proverbial boom. So we only got about 2 to 3 years. I think he's going to let this stuff loose on Iran and declare it outright in about 2 years. We're going to have ourselves together and our people ready. And I'm going to be out in the streets telling them. I'm going to be at the concerts. Listen, any avenue. If I got to use the music for the avenue to be before many people, I'll do that. As long as the message is out there. Go ahead.
I'm with you on that. I'm 100% with you, and I'm ready to go to war with you. So we can do what we got to do.
Well, thank you, brother. And guess what? There's many levels of war, right? Look at what they did with the music business. That was a form of warfare to destroy our image. So we can use the music and the love and power that it comes through the music to actually destroy what they're trying to do negative with it to get before so many people. Brother, we're going to be before brothers and sisters in Africa, everywhere with this music. We're going to tell them all at once. We're the children of Israel, and we only have but so much time. And the
people get ready. The train is coming.
Exactly. And the more we come together in one spirit and pray to the Almighty before the throne, guess what? That power comes back to unite us and hedge us through Jacob's trouble. So that's why we have to go out and prophesy and bring it all together, regardless of the bait we use to bring people in. At the end of the day, the book is open, and you realize that you have an important part, not just Elder Rawchaa, in finishing what the Most High started. Right?
Amen.
My brother, thank you.
That second song sound like Sam Cooke.
Oh, yes. It got that vibe a little bit.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, it got that Sam Cooke.
I'll see you soon. Let's get that thing going, but all white. I'm ready.
We're gonna do an all white summit this year, and we're gonna do some inner city teaching, and we're gonna have giveaways. So not only are we teaching the people, we're gonna be feeding the people. Right, our people are out of work and all that. We're gonna feed them. We're gonna give out clothing. We're just going to be there for our people, you know what I mean? Not expecting anything in return. When we go out there to the poor and to our people we grew up with the music, this is all, whatever money we have, we putting it in. Just to wake up our people. There will be no collections, no nothing. When we're amongst the body, of course, the Bible says that we must 3 times a year, we collect for in the church. But when it comes out for charity, we take the money and give it, so that our people have something, right? So we have to sow some seeds because our people are surrounded on every side, okay? The mental health thing is being aimed towards us. They want to get us on that. The sorcery, when it comes to certain medications, we got to look into it, at least look at the side effects of a lot of these things. and have a sound mind and a sober mind to get through this. So I need, and guess what? By going to them, I don't have to worry about a shadow ban. I don't have to worry about censoring and biting my tongue concerning my thoughts in fear of someone taking something from me. This channel is so important because it hits so many people at once. I'm on how many corners right now? Okay, of course I can be on one corner and be effective and record it and put it up on another platform. But the true battleground for eyes and ears is YouTube. And that's why I'm very careful.
Understand it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they got something against such a beautiful thing that we presented there. It was so beautiful.
You know why?
They're against God. That's all
you know why? You know why?
It.
Because it shows
unity.
But it also, to them, it's nothing they can use to weaponize the world against us. They need us acting out, acting a fit, sinning. They would have loved it if there would have been some people on some poles somewhere, behinds out, straight sin and debauchery. They would have loved it. They would have. Let me tell you, every news circulation throughout Florida, Orlando would have been there to record debauchery, because that's the only thing. They hate to see us heavenly.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I know. I know that. Yeah.
So hey, regardless of what they're trying to do, we're going to push forward together and be a light to the world. Thank you, my brother.
Okay. Shalom. I'll see you soon, brother. I love you.
Shalom. I love you too, my brother. All right. You can let yourself out real quick, and I can bring in the Hardy family. The Hardy family, where are you? Make sure you unmute.
Shalom, double honors, elder, to you and the rest of the elders of the Gathering of Christ Church.
Blessings.
I was one of the many blessed brothers and sisters and children of the Most High to be able to partake in my 5th Passover. And all I can say is a few Passovers ago, you had a lesson about staying at the table with Christ. And every Passover, I make that my focus to make sure that, you know, I'm looking back on my years, looking back on where I do fall short, and making sure that there's no problems there before I take that communion, and understanding what you told me when I first called you on Blog Talk. And that's the greatest thank you, is to finish with me. And despite all my flaws and errors, that's my mission, is to finish with this ministry, is to finish knowing that I did my best. Finish with my family. 3 weeks prior to coming to Passover, I had a beautiful daughter. Each and every one of my children have been raised in this truth, under this ministry, under Christ's ministry. And you know, to hear and see them grow in this truth with me, it's something that I will die doing, to continue. It's something that I will do until my last breath, for them and for the body of Christ, and for what Christ has done for me and what the Most High has done for me. And it starts with just attending class, working on myself, continuing to battle, like Deacon Malak said, like Elder Rawchaa said, we stepping over demons in the kingdom, and the kingdom's in us. It's in you, Israel. You are the kingdom. The Gentiles are the kingdom of heaven, too. Us united under the Most High, Ahaya Bahashim, Yeshaya will walk, healed through his mercy and his grace. That's the kingdom of heaven. And that's what we represented in Orlando. And bless you, Elder. I yield.
Well, bless you, brother. And based on when I make those statements, what the only thank you, or the best thanks you could do, is to finish. Because really there is no choice but to finish. right? And you know, now I understand what Paul said when he stated, young man, that he's a prisoner. When you first get this truth, you're so excited to get all the information throughout history that was kept from our forefathers all the way up until to the time we were here searching for this truth, right? And so it feels good at first because it's like, yeah, man, this deep, I'm chosen. What a beautiful thing. But then the reality comes with it. Let me read this real quick. And that's why the best thing to do is to take up your cross daily and do what you can to finish. Because really, I'm going to tell you the truth, brother, and to you brothers and sisters out there, there's really no other option. And you know what I mean? The most high that you know, listen, you have to be in it to the end. Check this out. Matthew 10:38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it. So the reality is you must lose your life to have a life within the kingdom. And now all your gifts can be used for the kingdom. A lot of us want to make our life from the outside of the kingdom. Well, guess what? That's hustling backward. Anything you do can be within the work. If it means the end goal is to guide our people on the path. Some people think that, okay, I need to go out and do this first, and then I'll bring something for the kingdom. Nah. It's nothing you can bring for the kingdom more than just yourself. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. Now in the truth, we find our purpose. Why? We go through our careers and all that in the world, and guess what? Those things are to be commended when someone meet accolades in the world. But all in all, you build yourself under that, and suppose they fire you. You put all your eggs in that basket, getting MBAs and all these others, and now none of those degrees mean anything for employment. You're like, well, what did I do all this studying for? One thing about studying for the kingdom, you know it's rewarded on this side and in the kingdom to come. Let me read this. So yeah, the truth can be fun. It is fun. Once you find out that you're a prisoner, you have to make it what it is within the parameters the Most High have given you to bring forth Zion. Because there's no place to go. You might as well have fun being a prisoner, following the law for Christ, and doing what? And sowing seeds that can help others on to the path. Let me read this one thing before you go, young man. One other thing. Because once you get the truth, this happens, right? Matthew 12, verse 44. Right? I'm going to start at the 43rd verse. 12 and 43. This is Christ. He's dropping what happens to every man and woman who gets the truth. When the unclean spirit is going out of a man, that happens in baptism. He walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. So who's the he that walketh through dry places? The spirit that was cast out during your baptism. It's not you. Then he saith, the spirit, I will return into mine house from whence I came out. I want that person as a host again. And when he is come, and when the spirit comes, he findeth it empty, swept, garnished. He see a person walking clean, right, with rules, with a hedge over him. So he know you have the power to recognize him. So he can't take you by himself. 45. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. He go find demons so that they can be strongholds on you while he operate back in the original host. And they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it shall be also unto this wicked generation. Right? So we have to realize we're prisoners because what? If we go back and decide not to do this work, which is in our conscience, it keeps us with guardrails in our lives. Because by teaching the truth, there's responsibilities that comes with it. You don't want to disappoint the people and you don't want to disappoint your God or yourself. So you stay within guardrails. Well, when you're not doing the work where what? There is no intention from day to day to actually bring people to the road. Guess who's waiting? The same spirit that went out with more demons. And the next time you see that person, a lot of people don't understand what's going on when you see a person on the street talking to themselves and all that, like they're really engaged in a conversation by themselves. Folks, they are exactly where they think they are in conversations with many. You just don't see them. Because other spirits then took strongholds to hold that person within that temple, holding him down or holding her down where she's trying to get out. But the other spirits have taken the person completely. So when I talk about Christ and talk about what? We're prisoners. Really, the only option we have is what Christ is saying there. Okay? We stay clean and don't allow these other spirits to come in that can overtake us, because once it overtakes us, guess what? Whatever that demon or that sin was before the truth, guess what, folks? That particular spirit know you can recognize it. And you'll do the same thing you did to rid that spirit before. You're more powerful than that spirit now. So he's going to come back with a host to take you. And once that happens, it's hard to find your way back, because one of the spirits that he bringing with him is pride. You're too proud to say, well, listen, I made a mistake or I was wrong. So that pride takes hold. And then everyone else becomes the enemy, and you've been wronged, and you're standing in your pride, which is one of the demons he brought back with him. That's the first one he bring back with him. So I just wanted to put that out, brother. With this truth, we have no choice but to finish. Look at the enemy who works for this world. Right? They're finishing. Right? I see a new executive order being signed every day. They up on their work to sustain this kingdom. Right?
Yes,
so, well, thank you, my brother.
Thank you, Elder.
All right. I only have 2 more, and then that concludes our broadcast for this evening. Passover Testimonies. You can let yourself out. Familia Celez and Rawchaa.
Thank you, Elder.
All right. I only have 2 more, and then that concludes our broadcast for this evening. Passover Testimonies. You can let yourself. Yeah, Familia. How you doing, Familia Celeste? How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing great.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you. I'm just so happy because while looking through the calendar, I saw my wife Hokebed and sister Sharon in there.
Yeah.
I had to get a calendar for all my family members now. So they can see that picture and cherish it, because our picture's in there and they can look at that calendar.
Praise the Most High.
Yes, man. It was when it was worship time over here on the West Coast, it was awesome, spectacular. We was dancing, shouting, singing in the audience in our fabulous Hebrew garments.
What a blessing.
And the Muslims that were having a party next door, they was asking who he is. Deacon Tazadak, somebody got him. You go tell him Deacon Tazadak got that job. Yeah, but everything was so beautiful. I tell you, one of our things, we like getting our Israelite brothers together. So how do we do it? We was serving sirloin tacos after hours.
Lord have
From
mercy.
our room, we took a small fry pan to warm some corn tortillas, and we took a small roast and sirloin roast. And man, people was coming, and they're saying, "I hear familiar voices. Who are you?" I say, "Well, come into my room and just meet a few people, and also, would you like to eat?" No. They didn't know us, so they're like, no. I said, "Well, take a look before you decide." They said, "No, I better not." And then said, "Well, what about your daughters, your mother? Who came with you?" He said, "No, we're fine. 20 minutes later, he was back over there getting tacos for his daughters.
Good.
Man, we're just enjoying ourselves. Shalom, but that's what I had.
Well, Shalom, when I come to California, I'm going to need some of those tacos now.
Oh, yeah. And you can ask the Dallas body. My daughter makes some real nice drinks, guava drinks, watermelon, different drinks. We always have something for the body. You'll get everything.
Yeah.
And we have lamb. One of these days, you're going to try our lamb. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and that's how you know that the 10 tribes are Israel also. The tacos, the flatbread, the unleavened bread, all of that was the 12 tribes. And it's deep because of unleavened bread. That's what I'm going to have, and that's the only bread I can have this week. Flatbread. Thank you. So yeah, make sure you get those tacos ready. All right. Shalom, my brother. You can let yourself out. Last one for this evening. Zaya Kwa, Yasha Allah. You can let yourself out, sir. Thank you, familiar. Unmute if you can. Oh, I don't think you chose a microphone, Zaya Kwa. Oh, there it is. How you doing?
Shalom, Elder. How are you?
I'm doing well, Zaya Kwa. You don't want your video out there? You good?
I can put it on if you'd like me to, Elder.
Okay, sure. I got the 4 thieves right here. Ahmad's father makes 4 thieves. Well, they call it 4 thieves, but it's some healthy stuff. It has cinnamon, all that stuff in there. Peppermint. It does it does well, and it also slays the dragon, right? All right, talk to me, sister.
Wow, I don't even know where to start, because this was my 8th Passover.
Lord have mercy. How old are you, girl?
And there's just... I'm 22.
22. So you've been coming to Passover since when?
My first Passover was 2018. It was in Raleigh. I was 15.
And your parents brought you?
Yes, sir. My mom brought me into the truth.
Look at that. Look at that. Talk to me, sister. Talk to me.
Every year, there's always something new that I learned. And I think especially this Passover, it's definitely been to really love the body, because really at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, all we're going to have is each other after a certain point. And I was pretty blessed because my very dear friend came from the one of the bodies in the UK to have Passover with us, and she stayed with us, and I was so excited. And it was just really a blessed holy day, and it's just, this is the best part of the year that I'd be looking forward to. I was like, oh my gosh, it's coming up so fast. And then I blinked and I'm like, wait, why am I at home again?
So you said you
But
always
it's definitely
learned,
been a
you said you always learned something new. What did you
Yes, sir.
learn that you didn't know before?
I guess it's not really things new, but more so lessons that I can apply, that I've learned from the word that I can apply to my life. Like taking care of other people
Okay.
and really understanding what Passover is for, because I know those first few years I didn't really understand like what it was all for. And then everything, I'm not going to say certain words, but everything with 2020 and 2021 happened. And it was really the Passover in 2022 that really made me realize just how important all of this was.
Okay.
Like coming to that Passover, oh my goodness, Elder. Is after that, because after a while I had been thinking, oh, are we ever gonna have another Passover? And then just being there among the body, that really taught me to treasure the time that we have. And because time is growing short, and I want to treasure every single time I can come together with the body and praise the Most High, because I've had the opportunity this year to be in the mass choir and with the praise team, and that praise that we lift up to the Most High is unlike anything I've ever experienced. And it's such a beautiful thing to be able to praise the Most High. And oh my gosh, I don't even have words to explain how much joy it brings me to praise, because I love to praise.
Oh, that is so awesome. And it's good to see young women in the Most High with virtue. And isn't a shame to, isn't shamed into what the world's pressures are for them. You understand? And I know there's a lot of pressure coming from the outside of you that your parents fear, right? Because it's a cruel world out there, and to see that you have a conscience towards the Almighty is the example they don't want for the daughter of Zion. So, sister, never change that. And hey, you're gonna be a great wife for a great Hebrew man. Praise the Almighty.
All praise.
Right? And I think you could be in this picture here. Let me see. Before I left, there was this picture here. And I just had to say, Kwam Yasha Allah, in the midst of all the praise worshipers and the brothers and the sisters there. Look at that. I think you're in the mix over there somewhere, but yeah. I'm gonna say, sister, hey, I know your parents are proud of you. You know, that the pressures of the world haven't taken you, and just stay the course. Stay the course, sister. And for you to be in this so young. I mean, don't the young ladies around you make you feel that you're missing out on something?
Oh, yes. Definitely more so when I was in high school. I remember I came back from my very first Passover, and oh my gosh, I got made fun of so much. Like, I had somebody ask me, how was the Jesus convention? And I was like, first of all, it's Passover. I was so offended at that time. I was like, really, y'all? Like, I thought we were friends. I thought you would be happy for me, supportive of this, but it took me a long time to really understand the gravity. Like, not everybody is gonna be for me walking the way that I walk. Like, I still to this day have people in my life who have been like, Well, cool. Or like, why are you involved in all that?
So
I cannot even begin to.
okay. So if you were walking down the street with lashes long enough, they hit the door 2 minutes before you get inside the house, and you had makeup all over the place, and walking around with a BBL, whatever they call that stuff, junk shot in there behind, no, you would be widely accepted. It would be no issue if you were running around sleeping with every young boy that's out there. They would actually celebrate that young lady. That's how twisted this world is. Gonna mock you for doing something pure. And really what it does is, in comparison, because women are good at this, they always compare themselves up to others. They don't like you like this because by seeing you, they understand where they're falling short, right? And it really guilts them. So just you being the way you are is really negative. It's cramping their style. But you know what? That's what you're there for. Don't allow them to discourage you, and they'll try. Women are good at shaming people too. Make fun and try to shame you or dare you into giving up your virtue, your purity. Why? So that they can say, you're no better than me. I knew you were no better than me. See? So, sister, hey, you're doing the right thing, and I don't have to tell you that. 16
all
years
praises,
old,
all praises.
you're in one of the more pressured times of your life. Usually the prime of a woman's life is usually between that 17 area. Between 17, 25, 26 is the prime. And the fact that you're not wasting it in the street, right? Some people out there feel that, girl, I don't know you wasting yourself. Nah, believe me. Believe me, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing, young lady. And I know your parents are proud of you. The Most High is proud of you. I'm proud of you. Finish. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, blessings.
Listen, these summer vlogs, they'll be like, let's go.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
All right. There it is. Elder Lawya, you there?
Yes, sir.
And yeah, Elder Lawya, this was a great Passover, man. And you know what? I want to go back to Orlando. So we're going to see if we can do that next year again. And what I would like to do is, before we go, we're definitely going to take a trip to the West Coast this year also. The West Coast and travel other churches. So, young man, get ready. And we're going to the UK too, right? So.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So get your books ready, young man. It's time to hit. It's time to hit them.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Getting locked and loaded now. So.
All right, Shalom. This coming Sunday, the split between Israel and Judah, and I have some history books out there that proves they knew exactly who they were buying from Africa. They knew it. And I have proof that the Gadites in America, who was already here before Esau came. That's right, folks. A lot of their chiefs knew that we were from Judah. When we came over the Atlantic into America, the Gadites, I'm speaking of the wise ones who they didn't kill yet, knew that we were their long lost brothers. I have the history books to prove it. And it's in Esau's records that the Gadites and tribes over here knew that the particular people they were bringing to America was from the tribes of Judah. I'm going to show that history and more this coming Sunday. Go to historytimes.org to enroll. If you enroll, We have about 2 months left anyway. We have a lot of time past. We only did, 4 or 5 lessons so far. Okay. And it so happens we made a break for the Passover, which will give you an opportunity to get in without losing a lesson. Go to historytimes.org. We'll give you all the lessons you've missed. And by the time Sunday rolls around, that's right, you'll be caught up. With that, may the Most High be with you. Stay prayed up, sin not. We will soon see Israel. That's right. We are the children of Israel. Right? And you know it. And we're back. Have a great evening and a blessed Feast of Unleavened Bread week. Shalom. Thank you, Elder Lawya. Shalom.
Yes, sir. Shalom.
The East is where we're from. The 12 tribes of Israel. In 721 BC, the Assyrian king, he took us down, we fell. With a great escape, we went through the Euphrates. The Lord held the water still. To a land where no mankind dwelt, we went. The 12 tribes of Israel. So we be Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, and Valley from the Isles of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel. Zebulon from Panama, Gad, the North American Indians, Simeon, the Dominicans. Our highest gathering Israel. The Arabs and Africans told us. At gunpoint. Together our wives and children then sold us. In the belly of these great ships we traveled in fear. By the rivers of Babylon we found our brothers here. A high gatherer. Asher in Colombia. Reuben from Australia. Issachar, the Mexicans. A highest gathering Israel. Judah, the Negroes. Benjamin, the West Indians.